Well, in Gospel Conversations, we're bringing out David Bentley Hart this year, and we're pretty excited about that. We're excited because David is probably the most influential theologian and philosopher in the world today. He's certainly up there in the rank of the top handful. The reason he is because David is a polymath. He really doesn't just take a theologian's or a philosopher's view to the massive questions of faith and reality that he confronts. He's also a historian. He's also a lover of art and literature and music. And of course, he's a great linguist. So we have a really unique opportunity to confront a mind who is, in the words of one of my friends, really an intellect for the ages. If that's all David was, I guess we wouldn't be so excited. What really I get excited about with David is his passion and his love for God and his vastly high Christology. David is not just an academic. He's a man of passion, and that passion comes out of his love for God and his search for the truth. And that search for the truth leads him to what we could call a really high Christology. He has a really vast picture of the incarnation, a vast picture of what it means to be a human being. And it's for that reason that we've asked him to focus on that topic. What does it mean to be a human being? This is very much at the forefront of debate in the modern world because artificial intelligence is really threatening our sense of our uniqueness as human beings. It isn't just artificial intelligence, it's the whole mechanistic thinking of cognitive science, computer science, that is really leading people down the trajectory of thinking, well, we're just a machine. We're no more than molecular, biochemical machines. That's who we are. David has led the charge against that, and David brilliantly contests that, and contests that with a view of what it is to be a human being in the image of God. He's not just offensive about this, he actually takes it a long way. He really takes seriously the implications of the incarnation and what this means to say who we are as human beings. And that's what we're going to focus on in our conference with David. What does it mean to be a human being? Sinner, saint, or machine? Part of the topic won't just be contesting the idea of the machine. It'll be contesting the idea of total depravity. It'll be contesting the sin-based diagnosis of, I suppose, the low anthropology that unfortunately Protestantism and evangelicalism has left us with, which is something where a half-truth has become the whole truth. So that'll be the highlight of our time with David. As well as the conference, which is a Friday evening and a Saturday, we've got evening lectures, and they also will be really, really exciting. Of course, they'll be shorter. The first one will be really important as to where we are in Australia at the moment, and that is a panel discussion with two Indigenous leaders on the resonances between Indigenous spirituality and the gospel. David is one who believes that there's eternity in the hearts of all cultures, and the Indigenous culture of Australia, this is particularly so. So that will be an exploratory discussion, and we're really looking forward to it. Another one of the evening lectures will be on Does God Cause Suffering? Of course, that was a topic that David masterfully approached in his great book, The Doors of the Sea, and he'll be giving us a summary of that on that evening lecture. And finally, he'll be giving the Pamela Nutt address at PLC on what does beauty tell us about God, which of course will capture some of the ideas in his great first book, The Beauty of the Infinite. So we have an enormous opportunity to be face-to-face, engaging with one of the great Christian minds of the 21st century. We really invite you to come and be part of it. A lot of it will be a dialogue because David, as a lecturer, is just too intimidating. We think it's too full on. So I will be facilitating a discussion with David during our conference, and a lot of people have liked the way that David and I have worked like that in the past in my conversations with him, and we think that'll make him more accessible to people. But whatever you do, this is something that can be life-changing. This is something that will give you powerful ideas to feed on for a long time afterwards.